Let me make sure I have my spectacles because I think this song is going to kick me in the testicles. Damocles was a story in Greek myth. The sword of Damocles is the story of a man named Damocles who asked his king if he could sit on the throne for a day. And the king agreed under the condition that a sword hang above his head the entire day. And it was like by a single thread or by a hair or something, right? And that was to simulate what it is like being in a position of power. You have everything, but you have this threat hanging above your head. And that is the story of Damocles, the sword of Damocles. So how that relates to Sleep Token is brilliant because he covered that in Caramel. Vessel sang about it in Caramel where, he's got a left foot on the roses, right foot on a landmine. He's enjoying all the fame, enjoying all the benefits and rewards of his music, but there's a constant threat hanging over his head in the form of toxic fans. And I guess other things, like he's worried this might all go away someday, right? So that, I think, thematically is what Damocles is going to be about. But anyway, let's listen to the song itself. This is Damocles. Let's go.
Oh, I've been waking up under blades, blue
Oh, we've got piano.
Days, if only Damocles would hit me back.
Damocles would hit me back.
Alabaster carvings of faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea.
Ooh.
From outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
Oh. Already. It's heavy. Like, it's just the piano and his voice, which he's done before. That's nothing new, but it's already a heavy theme. So like he's talking, I've been waking up under blades. Like he feels like Damocles. He's been waking up under blades. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. So alabaster carvings, alabaster is a type of stone. Carvings like a statue, which we see in the visualizer and a lot of the videos, or faces on a farthing. So farthing is a type of currency, or a very old type of currency, right? Nobody uses farthings anymore. It's a very old thing. I've read about it in books from a long time ago. So he's saying no alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. So he's saying no amount of tribute or no amount of money would help me because I still feel like this is all about to go dark. I'm still about to lose it. So he's like, that's the threat. He feels like there's a constant threat over his head. Like no matter how famous we become, no matter how big the band becomes and big the music becomes, no amount of money would prevent me from thinking this is all going to go away. And then pre-chorus feels like falling into the sea. Now he's used water as a theme before in This Place Will Become Your Tomb, right? That entire album went through that entire theme of like water, how it symbolizes life and change and purity and all of this. So he's still using that theme, that sort of analogy from outer space. So it feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me. So like he was floating above the heavens. I guess he's feeling high on, the music and I guess to an extent the fame and the recognition and the love he's felt from fans, but it still feels like he's falling into the sea in seconds. Like it feels like it's all going to go away in a flash. And I love this line. I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony. Discordant and harmony being the key words there. So like discordant is when, two sounds clash. When you have two sounds or two notes in music that clash, they sound discordant, they sound dissonant. Right? I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony. So he is going through the motions, suffering. He's going through the rough days and the repetition of it will make it feel like music, will make it feel like harmony. And the fact that like he drove that point home by actually harmonizing.
Until they look like harmony.
Oh, so good.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom?
Oh.
Come up for air and choke on it all.
Oh.
No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls?
Ooh.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Oh. So he's talking like, yeah, the chorus is just repeated analogies of like what happens when all of this goes away. What happens when the river runs dry and the curtain is called. Like when this ends, probably when Sleep Token ends, when this band has made their last album, he is going through like a heavy dose of imposter syndrome in this. So this is another song that has fuck all to do with the lore of the band, of the narrative. This is again a very personal song. Like Caramel was, dealing with the toxic fan base, this is more of Vessel's identity behind the mask and how he feels like he doesn't belong, because he says, when the river runs dry and the curtain is called, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all, like a fish out of water. What happens when you take a fish out of the water? When you come up to air and you choke because you feel like you belong in the water, you come up for air and choke like a fish out of water, which is imposter syndrome in a nutshell. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? Again, diamond, like I feel like that's a callback. And who will I be when the empire falls? Which is an analogy for when Sleep Token ends, when the music ends. He's afraid that all of it will go away. He's afraid that no one will care anymore, which is imposter syndrome in a nutshell again. So the entire chorus like this. Ooh, dude. All right. Let's carry on. Verse 2. Here we go.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
Oh.
No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same.
Oh boy.
It feels like falling into the deep.
Very simple in terms of composition. But that's the point. That's what he said. The sound of a tape. Oh. Dude. Oh, see. Wait, man. We have to back up there. Like, yeah, so this entire song is a very personal opus for Vessel dealing with imposter syndrome and what he feels like even behind the mask. Like, the mask was supposed to protect him, right? The mask was supposed to protect him, and even that couldn't do it, which was touched upon in Caramel with the toxic fan base and the doxing and, you know, the identity being revealed and people shouting out his name in concerts. Like, the mask is supposed to feel protective, but it's not protecting him. And even behind that mask, he feels like Damocles with a fucking blade hanging over his head. No matter how famous he gets, no matter how much he loves to make music, it still feels like left foot on roses, right foot on the landmine. Like, he changes it here when he says, wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. So, like, yeah, that's what he's afraid of happening. He's afraid of being forgotten. And in verse 2, he's like, well, I know I should be touring, and I know these chords are boring, which, no, it sounds simple compared to the other songs, but, like, sometimes the best answer is the most simple one. And this drives the point home just like that. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game. He's like, yeah, I can't top every song. Like, there will always be a song that's like, top tier, and a song that's like, okay, I can't be doing this, because that's how you burn out. I can't always be killing the game. No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. So, like, yeah, that's as big as this may feel, as, grand as these songs may sound, I still feel the same. I'm still going through the imposter syndrome. I'm still going through having to deal with toxic fans and not knowing if all of this is going to vanish in an instant. Ooh. And then he changes it in the pre-chorus this time, and he says, I play Discordant Days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. Which, as opposed to when the first time he sang it, he's like, until they look like harmony. So, essentially fake it till you make it vibes. But like, I play Discordant Days on repeat. So the repetition will help me identify it as harmony, will help me identify it as music, and maybe that'll feel okay. But in the second pre-chorus, he's like, I play Discordant Days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. So I'm just going to go through these motions until I can't anymore. Until the tape runs out on me. And then there's the audio of the tape being played and rewound. That's the sound of a cassette tape being rewound. So then, of course, the chorus again. And now he's in the bridge. Oh!
What is silent to you feels like it's screaming to me. Well, nobody told me I'd get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell.
Oof.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it.
It's so simple. It's just the piano. Oh. Yep. And then 2 has to add his fucking sauce to it. Go off. Sure, why not? Why not? Damn. Amazing song. Very simple, not as, but I get that's the point. Like, this is just him venting. He is venting. Like, Caramel was a fucking message calling out people. This is just him venting and saying, hey, this is how I feel. This has nothing to do with sleep, nothing to do with the law, nothing to do with the narrative. This is me. Which, again, I feel like now, that's what this album is going to be about, largely. This is not a narrative-based album. This is a very personal album. Because even the title of the album, Even in Arcadia, which calls back to the saying, even in Arcadia there I am, and that refers to the concept of death. Like, even in paradise, death is present, because where there is life, there is death. I think he's turning that into, even in Arcadia, I still feel like hell. When it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. Arcadia is another name for the Garden of Eden, paradise, heaven, whatever you want to call it. But he still feels like, even in Arcadia, he still feels like it could all go away. Oh, dude, what a song.